She was engrossed in conversation with one of the other bridesmaids, and she tossed her head back and laughed. Watching the humor light up her face brought a smile to his own lips. Her laughter quieted, and she turned her head as if she sensed him watching her. Their eyes met. Her lashes fluttered, then dipped as she lowered her gaze. The gesture, both coy and alluring, tightened his groin. Before he could draw another breath, his feet started moving in her direction. She stayed where she was, waiting for him. When he entered her personal space, he stopped. The last time he'd gotten this close to her, she'd seemed uncomfortable, as was always the case when he got close to her. His hands itched with the desire to touch her, but as much as he wanted her, he knew better than to press her. So, trying to remain considerate of her feelings, he kept his hands at his sides as he spoke to her. "Imani, you look lovely today." A small smile tilted her glossy lips. "Thank you." He took note of her body language, the way her torso tilted subtly in his direction, the relaxed curve of her shoulders. Wanting to keep the conversation going, he asked, "How did you sleep last night?" The tip of her tongue darted out, passing over her bottom lip briefly. Her gaze locking with his, she answered, "I slept fine, once I actually got to sleep." He said nothing, but let his cocked eyebrow ask the question for him. "You gave me a lot to think about, Xavier." "Really?" He reached out, rested the open palm of his hand on her hip. She didn't dodge him or try to move away from his touch. "Yes. And after the night I had, I think we need to have a long chat." He felt a bit taken aback by all this, even as he thanked the heavens for whatever had changed things in his favor. "Is that all you think we need to do, Imani?" She hummed low in her throat. "There might be more to it, but it will have to wait until the festivities are over. It would be rude of us to sneak out before the bride and groom have left." He agreed with her, but parts of him lamented her insistence on propriety. Still, there was another way he could get her into his arms, one that was perfectly proper for their current situation. "Would you like to dance?" She grinned. "Sure." The idea of dancing with her filled him with a mixture of anxiety and anticipation, like a runner poised on the block, waiting for the starter pistol to fire. He grasped both of her hands and led her out onto the polished dance floor. The DJ was spinning a great mix of classic soul and R&B from the 80s and 90s. Just as they eased into an empty spot on the floor, the beat dropped for the Something for the People hit, "My Love is the Shh." He chuckled to himself, thinking of how serendipitous the song choice was for the moment, and looked to Imani. Her smile revealed her approval of the track. He pulled her body close to his, swaying his hips to the bass-heavy rhythm of the song. She wasn't the kind of woman to twerk or grind. He knew her to be much too classy and reserved for that. Out of respect, he kept the dance tame, resisting the urge to palm the enticing curves of her body. She looped her arms loosely around his neck, leaving a bit of space between their bodies. Her movements were subtle, rhythmic, and incredibly seductive despite the distance between them. He had a great deal of respect for her and the way she carried herself. Honestly, the class she'd always exuded had been one of the main things that attracted her to him. The music changed as the DJ played the Levert classic, Casanova. A broad grin crossed over her face. "This is my jam." He couldn't help mirroring her contagious joy. By the time the first chorus of the song played, they were both laughing and singing along. Something about sharing this moment with her, seeing her so